Hello everyone, welcome to the KZGN News. Today we'll bring you news from the Ridgecrest Police Department, City Council news, today's KZGN Talking Points editorial, and much more.
From the Rademacher Hills to Bee Mountain and the mighty Sierras, Ridgecrest to Inyokern and China Lake, this is your news for the Indian Wells Valley with the KZGN News crew.
Hello, I'm Tom Wicknick. Thanks for joining us for the news affecting Ridgecrest and the Indian Wells Valley. In fire department news, yesterday afternoon, we had a small brush fire in the city of Ridgecrest on South China Lake Boulevard between Mediacom Cable and the Alta One Credit Union. Mediacom employees first saw the fire and called the fire department. Since the fire was close to Mediacom, a couple of employees there were attempting to keep the fire away from the buildings. One of the employees was Anthony Subitsky. Mediacom employee Don Breen said the fire was spreading quite rapidly. He noted the vegetation is very dry and ignited real fast. Kern County Fire Department and Ridgecrest Police responded. The fire department quickly got the fire controlled and extinguished. The cause of the fire is unknown. However, the cause is suspicious because it started in an area where there are no people. So it had to be started by someone, or maybe a discarded cigarette or something like that. KZGN-TV thanks Victoria Bream for submitting the video footage and pictures for this news segment. KZGN wants to remind everyone watching, if you ever see anything going on in the valley, video record it or snap photos of it and email them in to us. Cell phone video is usually good enough to use on the air. Email them to info@kzgn.net. In Kern County news, from Wasco, California, shortly after 7:30 yesterday morning, the Kern County Fire Department received a call for a helicopter crash near the intersection of Highway 46 and Wildwood Road in Wasco. First driving crews encountered a crop dusting helicopter that had crashed in an onion field and was on fire. The single pilot had been extricated from the aircraft by ground personnel and had sustained burns to 80% of his body and other serious injuries. Kern County firefighters initiated care for the pilot and worked to extinguish the fire and the wreckage. As a precaution of a hazardous material exposure, hazmat personnel were dispatched. Company representatives confirmed that the aircraft was in a washdown phase and was only carrying water, so the emergency response was reduced and hazmat units were returned. The pilot was given emergency treatment at the scene and airlifted to an area hospital for further care. The cause of the crash is unknown and is currently under investigation by the Kern County Sheriff's Office, the FAA, and the NTSB. In news from City Hall, it has been confirmed that Finance Director Rachel McQuiston will be leaving the city of Ridgecrest. She has accepted virtually the same position with the city of Tracy in California. She will be staying until July 1st. This will allow the city to finish the budget process for the fiscal year 2015 to 2016. The budget is required by law to be balanced and in place by July 1st. Current Finance Officer Tess Sloan will be acting as interim Finance Director while the city goes through the replacement process. Tess has fulfilled these duties in the past more than once. Now here's news from Sacramento. Assemblywoman Shannon Grove released the following statement in opposition to the Assembly's approval of AB 775 yesterday. This legislation forces pro-life pregnancy care centers, against their will, to pay for and distribute abortion referral information in violation of their freedom of speech rights. Grove asked, does the government have a right to tell a newspaper what to write, a preacher what to preach, a private school what to teach? Of course not. So why is it okay for the government to force pro-life pregnancy centers, against their will, to advertise and promote government abortion services? Democratic legislators claim this is necessary because the information provided by pro-life pregnancy care centers is not fully informed, said Grove. So, according to this logic, if the government finds that your message isn't fully informed, it now has the right to compel you to say things you do not believe in. The founding fathers will be rolling over in their graves. In news from the Ridgecrest Police Department and Animal Control Services, they want to remind everyone that this month's special adoption rate is almost over. For the month of May, they are adopting out any dog for just $45. The fee includes adoption charges, microchip, initial exam, spay or neutering, and the city dog license. The special offer ends this Saturday. The shelter is open Tuesday through Saturday of every week. Last month's special adoption of any black dog or cat was very successful, with 38 dogs and cats being adopted. So if you want to add a nice pet to your family, this is the best way to do it. Go out to the shelter on County Line Road Friday or Saturday, and a special thanks goes out to the Indian Wells Valley Humane Society for making this special adoption rate available. Here's news from Chief Jan from the Ridgecrest Police Department, announcing 2015 Citizens Police Academy. The Ridgecrest Police Department is currently accepting applications for the 2015 Citizens Police Academy. The Citizens Police Academy is a 9-week program designed to give members of the community an inside look at local law enforcement. During the academy, students will be introduced to a variety of topics to give them an overview of the Ridgecrest Police Department's function and operational procedures. Graduates from the academy are encouraged to continue their involvement with the police department by becoming one of our volunteers in Police and Community Together, which is PACT, or the Community Emergency Response Team, which is CERT. Participants in the Citizens Police Academy are selected by the Chief of Police through an application process. Enrollment is limited to 20 students. Potential candidates must meet the following eligibility requirements. They must be a minimum of 18 years of age, must live or work in the Indian Wells Valley, must have no felony convictions, must have had no serious misdemeanor convictions in the last 5 years. The Citizens Police Academy application and information are available at the Ridgecrest Police Department, 100 West California Avenue, Monday through Friday, 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. You can also email Sergeant Ryan Maroney for an application. Applications will be accepted until Friday, June 26, 2015. Classes begin on Thursday, August 6th from 6:30 p.m. to 8:30 p.m. Graduation from the Academy will be held Thursday, October 1st. The Citizens Police Academy is a great way to learn about your community, meet people, and get to know the men and women of your police department. To learn more about the Academy, please leave a message for Sergeant Ryan Maroney, Ridgecrest Police Department at 760-499-5143 or email him at rmaroney@ridgecrest-ca.gov. Stay tuned for KZGN's Talking Points editorial and this year's final Burroughs Bit segment. Welcome back. Now we go to the final Burroughs Bid segment for this year. We want to thank Simon Austin and all the kids over there at Burroughs High School. They've provided a lot of good information for us this year. We look forward to them coming back again next fall.
From the Burroughs High School TV studio, I'm Lindsay Hill with the final Burroughs Video Bits for Thursday, May 28th, 2015. Let's take a look now at how the athletes of the school ended the school year from the Burroughs Athletics website. Photography Club took a trip to Mammoth Mountain this past Sunday. Here's one of the production team who went on the trip, Chris, in a segment shot by Sam Stevens, to talk about it.
It was really fun. We went to Post-Style Peak, where I got lost because my group left me. But it was okay, because I found this really nice San Diego family. And we hiked about 5 miles to Rainbow Falls. It was really beautiful. And we got tons and tons of pictures.
The seniors went to Six Flags Magic Mountain last Thursday for grad night. There were roller coasters and dance floors with DJs and tons of seniors. Despite the long lines, everyone managed to have lots of fun, and we even got souvenir graduation cap light-up necklaces. My personal favorite rides were X2, Tatsu, bumper cars, and the carousel. The very next day was the senior pool party and sunset viewing. The pizza was amazing, the pool was cool, and there was lots of great music. According to my sources, not many people cared about the sunset portion of the evening though, as it was pretty cloudy that day. Finals have been going on this last week of the school year. I hope you studied and did well on all of these important tests, especially if you're a senior. Graduation is this Friday. It will be filled with caps, gowns, and many graduating students. I'm looking forward to the speeches and to hopefully getting my diploma. Grad night will be an all-night celebration on the base after graduation. Seniors interested in going, make sure you get your tickets during graduation rehearsal, or maybe after. Get ready for summer, Burros. The weather's getting hot and the kids are getting antsy, so don't forget your sunscreen. Did you know when a male penguin falls in love with a female penguin, he searches the entire beach to find the perfect pebble for her? Remember, burros don't burrow. They attend class and work like our Burros ROP TV video students who made this broadcast. Have a spectacular summer. For the last Burros High School TV broadcast of Ridgecrest, California this school year, I'm Lindsay Hill.
Now it's time for the 46th KZGN News Talking Points editorial. It is titled, Are Decisions Made at Council Meetings Based on Politics, Solid Engineering Data, or maybe both? Recently I had an email debate with one of the local proponents to reduce water consumption in the valley. The email debate was over the value of public input at council meetings. While he wanted to argue over the water issue, I was trying to get him to understand the decision process going on at public meetings concerning the topic. My point was that public input at meetings is very powerful to the elected official. The person I was debating with is an engineer. Engineers tend to go through a series of steps to make a final decision. This is a simplistic list without considering of funding. Here are how they think. First, they are given a problem to fix. Next, they define the problem. Third, they investigate the cause. Fourth, they create a series of possible solutions. Fifth, they test possible solutions. Sixth, determine the best solution. And seventh, implement the best solution. With that, the typical engineers feel the solution is obvious and simple to go forward. And I agreed with him of the technical merits of his argument. However, I injected that when it comes to decisions made in a political environment, like at city council meetings or county supervisor meetings, there is one more part of the decision process they have to inject. That one more part is big. Elected officials have to take public input. And this is the main point of our debate in this editorial. I implored him that he needed to weigh in publicly at the open meetings that were held numerous times on the Kern County Land Use Management Plan. He saw no need or value to his appearance at the podium to argue his engineer opinion. Elected bodies have to take and listen to public input before making decisions. And I told him that there are times that the public input will steer the elected official away from the determined engineer solution. He expressed that he couldn't comprehend that possibility. To him, he had written and provided his analysis of what was happening and what he believed should be done. That should be enough for the elected politicians to make the right decision, he argued. I argued with him that oftentimes 20, 50, 100 people or more show up at a meeting and do impact the decision process. That the simple engineer solution is not accepted by others. That these others will appear publicly and attempt to get the politician to reach another decision. I told him that when all these people take the time to show up in person and voice their opinions, the elected official really respects that. The public can and do affect decisions made, even to the point that an engineer solution is completely discarded and another solution is approved. To my email debater, this made no sense. Here's one of his comments. You seem to think the political process is more important than the technical issues of running out of water. There have been people at the podium since the 60s. I've written numerous letters, made a presentation to the Rotary. No, the present political process is involved with some problem other than controlling or eliminating the real problem. Those were his comments. He even went on to say that this is the problem with our political system. When a group of people can get up at a meeting and discard an engineered solution is comprehensible to him. He thought that the provided solution should be enough. No public comment is needed. Again, I tried to explain to him that a written solution cannot be debated with the writer. Elected officials like to ask questions. They want to make informed decisions, not go with just one person's solution. Maybe someone will come up to the podium and offer a solution that wasn't considered by the engineer analysis. A better idea may result from public input. But no matter what, I argued, trying to get him to publicly offer his opinion, he felt it was a waste of his time, that his time can be better used as he had submitted his opinion in writing. He felt appearing in person offered nothing. I finally gave up trying to make my point to him that public input is very valuable. It is very important. Elected officials are representatives of we the people. They are supposed to listen to all of us before they make their decision. That is how the system works. It may not be the best, but it is better than any other alternative. For those that choose to be silent, then you are deferring the decision process to everyone else. And that's okay. That's your right. But if you have an opinion, you should share it with your elected officials. Another area of public input to address is the use of the internet Facebook blogs or discussion groups. A lot of people offer the opinions on all sorts of issues on these forums. While I have no problem in these forums, the people have also got to realize that if they are making comments with the hope of influence in a political decision, that elected officials do not have to take these comments under consideration. I don't mean to say these comments might not influence the decision. They might. But you shouldn't expect your elected officials to even see these comments. Some elected officials don't subscribe to internet social media at all. Contact them at least in writing or calling your officials. But appearing in person at the podium is the most powerful way you can express your opinion. In conclusion, someone once said, "You can't fight City Hall." To that I say, nonsense. The public can fight City Hall. The public can affect decisions at City Hall. I've been there and seen it happen. There is nothing more powerful than that person with the guts to stand up in public at a council meeting and make their opinion known. Nothing. I'm Tom Whitnick, and that's what I think. I'd like to know what you think. If you have any comments about this editorial or would like to discuss or recommend a topic, I'd like to hear from you. Please email them to info@kzgn.net. Stay with us for weather and sports when we come back. Thanks for staying with us. Let's go to Keith for the weather. It's getting hot out there, Keith.
Thank you, Tom. It may not officially be summer yet, but we sure have the weather. But before I get to that, the National Weather Service is forecasting a risk of severe thunderstorms across parts of the central and southern plains, the Ohio Valley, and the Mid-Atlantic into New England. Damaging winds, large hail with the isolated risk of tornadoes across parts of the central and southern plains. Temperatures across the nation. Massachusetts came in at 75, Carolinas 79, Florida 82, Georgia at 75, Kansas 63, Southern Texas 81, Colorado 62, New Mexico 65, Montana 54, Idaho at 60, Arizona 78, Washington 59, San Francisco 53, and Los Angeles came in at 59 today. For us locally in the IWV, tonight will be mostly clear with a low around 64, west-southwest wind 10 to 15 miles per hour. Friday will be sunny with a high near 98, west-southwest wind 5 miles per hour. Friday night will be mostly clear with a low around 65. Saturday will be sunny and hot with a high near 101, calm wind. Saturday night will be mostly clear with a low around 65, west wind 5 to 10 miles per hour. And on Sunday, it will be sunny and hot again with a high near 101, west wind 5 miles per hour. And that is your local forecast. Now back to Tom and the rest of your KZGN news.
Thanks, Keith. Let's go to Tom Heck for sports.
And a very pleasant Thursday afternoon to everyone, and let's congratulate the Burroughs graduating class of 2015 tomorrow night, Friday night. All the seniors will be honored. That, I believe, begins at 8 o'clock, and several of those seniors will be coming over to Saracoso to play baseball for the Coyotes, and they had a great season this year. The team actually was co-champions of the Mojave River League, and James Pooley, who was a pitcher outfielder, Biggie Hernandez, who was an outfielder and also did some pitching, and Jeremiah Johnson, the starting catcher, will all be attending Saracoso College to play for Justice Scott next year. So congrats to the Burros baseball for a very good season, and congrats to the graduating class of Burros High School. All right, from the scoreboard last night in baseball, the Pirates beat the Marlins 5-0. The Jennings experiment, the GM who turned manager, not doing very well at all. They're now 2-8 under Dan Jennings since he made the move to replace the field manager with himself, although he's never coached before or played in the minors or majors. The Yankees beat the Royals. They sweep Kansas City and New York. The Mariners win again. Felix Hernandez, a shutout over the Rays. Boy, he just keeps getting better and better and better with age. The White Sox beat the Jays 5-3. The Twins win again. Boy, the Twins, quite a story. They're now 9 games over 500. Their best start in ages. I mean, you'd have to go back to Civil War times before you could find a start like that in Minnesota. And one of the lowest payrolls in all of baseball makes that more special. The Tigers beat the A's. The Tigers on their way down to play the Angels for a game starting tonight. The Orioles beat the Astros. They win 2 of 3. 2 of those wins by a run against the leaders in the West, the Astros. Pittsburgh beats the Marlins, as I mentioned. And the Mets over the Phillies 7-0. Mets off to a great start also. The hottest team in baseball, the Giants. They win again. They beat Milwaukee 3-1 at Milwaukee. They sweep the series from the Brewers. And now, with the Dodger loss last night, they're only a half a game out of first place after starting this season down 10 games. That's what a great month of May those guys had. All right, Colorado wins again, and the Cardinals beat Arizona. The Cardinals leading the Central Division of the National League. All right, the Angels last night dropped another one-run game, this time to San Diego, 5-4. San Diego wins 2 of 3 games at the Big A. And the Angels, as I mentioned, host Detroit tonight. 4-game series, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. And Atlanta 3 and the Dodgers 2. The Dodgers win 2 of 3. Dodgers 9 games over 500. A good season. But right now the Giants breathing down their necks for first place. All right, the NBA, kind of a lackluster end, I think, to the Western Conference. Golden State easily over Houston last night at Oakland, 104-90. They win 4 games to 1, and that's their first championship title that they can compete for since 1975. It was 1975 that the last time the Golden State Warriors, who used to be the San Francisco Warriors, won the NBA. So they'll get a chance again. This time they'll get to play against a very good LeBron James-led Cleveland Cavalier team who swept the Atlanta Hawks, the number 1 team in the East. Atlanta had the best record of the East in the NBA, and Golden State had the best record in basketball. All right, hockey fans, beware. Saturday night, you got a thriller down in Orange County at Honda Center. Game 7. Chicago wins last night. They beat the Ducks 5-2 in Chicago at the United Center. And that game was fairly close, only a 1-goal difference, and then Anaheim pulled their goalie, and the Ducks, or the Blackhawks, added a few more goals in that one. So Game 7, and the winner will go on to the Stanley Cup Championships, and they will either play the Lightning or the Rangers, who played Friday night in Madison Square Garden. Now, the Lightning of Tampa Bay, in their first ever conference championship, have a 3-2 lead over the Rangers, a veteran team. And that game, as mentioned, Game 6, Friday night at Madison Square Garden in New York. The winners of the East will play the winners of the West. So the Ducks could play Tampa Bay if they win. They could play the Rangers if they win. But first, they have to win. It's been a great, great series. 4 of those games have gone into overtime. That's how close those two teams are. And with that said, have a pleasant Thursday afternoon. I'm Tom Heck for KZGN Sports.
So that's the news for today. Office at KZGN-TV, know you have a choice in what you watch for your news. We all thank you for choosing KZGN-TV, Ridgecrest's only community, locally owned TV station. Now stay tuned for a video science lesson that is really amazing. Really watch this close.
1, 2, 3. Look at that.